Hey guys, this is Selina, and this is my post blog for Mega C2, Unit 2, Lesson 3, Moving Art. If you remember, for this project, students had to create a video art and deliver a presentation on it. For the Ideate, one of the good things was that explaining the examples that were given in the reading and listening beforehand proved very effective, as the students had more ideas to work upon when they went on to group discussion. So it would be advisable for future projects to continue using the examples that are given in the lesson, as well as to put your own examples in there so that students will have more to work on when they go into discussion. There was an issue, however, when the students went into their own groups to generate their ideas. Some of the groups had trouble finding or coming to a conclusion about what they wanted to do for the video art. So how I fixed this problem was that I went up to those students and just sat with that group and helped them decide on one kind of video art. Although this worked, I think that this decreased the level of independence that the students had for the project. So in order to fix this problem, I think I'm going to spend less time on the reading and listening in the beginning of the lesson for the next project so that there's more time left for brainstorming. Since most students are capable of coming up with great ideas, I think that just with more time, they'll be able to fix this problem. For the Materialize, if you recall from my pre-vlog, I gave a set of guiding questions to my students for them to use during their scripts. Students are picking up on how to make their scripts and how to write their sentences. So the scripts are coming along very nicely in general, and the guiding questions did help many of the students. However, there were some students who were very lost, and this was because they did not understand the guiding questions. And in order to prevent this kind of issue from happening again, I think that the teacher needs to come up with better, more concrete, and simpler questions so that no one is confused about anything. So in other words, teachers need to create easier questions that pinpoint exactly what they are looking for. For the part when the students actually created their video art, I was pleasantly surprised that I did not need to do as much student management as I would have expected. Also, my students did not need a whole lot of time in creating the art, and this was probably because I basically told them to keep it all very simple, and in the end, I think it was a very great result. So rather than setting the bar way too high, giving the students clear and simple expectations proved to be more efficient in creating better projects. Also, the students are steadily increasing in their ability to make PowerPoint slides. So the students are getting much better at playing with the features on the Blur Office, adjusting the font size, the image size, and such. But there are still some students who are prioritizing PowerPoint before the script. Personally, unless the students actually want this, I think that it's unfair that one student gets to work on the script while all the others get to look up images and work on the PowerPoint together. So I think this needs to be made even clearer to the students for them to know that script is prioritized rather than the PowerPoint, and that everyone needs to have an equal share in each part of the work. So emphasize equality and priorities. Moving on to the prepare, the students are able to formulate decent introductions and conclusions by now. They're definitely understanding that introduction and conclusion is a crucial part of the project, so I think that continuing to let them experiment with it, for them to independently come up with them before the teacher checks it, is a great way to improve their skills. Overall, one of the main issues was practice time. Arguably, I think that practice time is the most difficult time to manage and to control and to predict because it's at the end of class. My students are understanding that they do need more practice, and whenever their projects end up not as great as they had planned, they know that they needed more practice. And of course, it's impossible for the teacher to predict that this section will take this much time, and it never goes according to how teachers plan it. But I do think that with more time spent with these students, the teacher will have a greater idea and understanding of how long they are going to take for a certain part of the project. So with that on mind, I think that as the weeks go by, the time management will become easier. So on a final note, as we are halfway through the term, I think that the teacher and the students have a much better rapport, and that it's going to be easier to conduct the C2 projects from now on. So that's it for my post vlog this week, and I'll be back with my pre-vlog again next week.